Hi and Assalamualaikum. Before we start the presentation, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Safiuddin bin Muhammad Tahir and my metric number is 200831.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Solehan bin Mohtar. My metric number is 200302.
Now, let's move on to the presentation. The ultimate goal of farming is not the growing of crops, but the cultivation and perfection of human being. According to the research, it already stated that people began to experiment with machineries in harvesting around 1,800 years ago. Agriculture is one of the beneficial activities in this world. This sector keeps evolving day by day as it improve as the improve of the civilization. Technologies and intellectual help the agriculture sector still reliable during this hour. A lot of machinery being created to boost the farmers for their crops. I plan to talk about the past and future agriculture practices in our world. The information we're going to talk about mostly comes from reading in journal, article, and web in the internet. Our presentation will be divided into two sections, which are the past practices of agriculture and the future practice of agriculture. Now I will pass the presentation to Muhammad Salehan.
Okay, before I want to talk about past agriculture practices, I want to add some information about agriculture. Meaning of agriculture is the science of practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil for the growing of crop and the rearing of animal to provide food, wool, and the other product. As we know that agriculture is one of the important sector in this world. Okay, past agriculture. Uh, the agriculture that practices that we use, the past agriculture practices is use human energy for farming. So we know that in the past year, in the 20 past year, we know that no technologies. So human use their energy to do the fieldwork for farming. In the past, the work was physically or using by handmade equipment. So, which means farmer only use their hand, or they only use their handmade equipment to do the farming activities. Because of the lack of equipment, it's influence to take a long time to complete the work. They in the past they could only could harvest a crop only once a year. But nowadays, farmers are able to grow 2 or 3 crop and can be harvested twice a year. Like a paddy field, as we know, in the past, we only can harvest once a year. But nowadays, amongst 150 to 180, we can harvest the crop. So the next is animal use for farming. So like I talked about the sowing or the plowing the soil in the past, we only use animal. Compared to present, we have the tractor, uh, the tractor that we can finish the work at a shorten time comparing to the past. Point number 2 is no technology applied in agriculture. So no machinery for practice agriculture. Like we can see in the picture, this machine is called combine machine. In the past, farmer farmer uh, farmer farmer cannot harvest the paddy field in the shortened time because the first they must cut the yield and they uh, must to they separate the seed the paddy from the tree. So the the long time take the a long time take to harvest. In the present, this combine machine can do all the process in one time. So by no biotechnology in agriculture can develop. It means in the past, no scientist or no biotechnology can make our crop or make the variety. So use of biotechnology to make an biotechnology is used to make an even crop and livestock. Nowadays, thanks to biotechnology and genetic engineering, because with this uh, with this method, we can make the seed or crop live in harsh condition, which mean uh, whatever condition like bad weather, the farmer are still able to harvest and provide food. Farmer also can grow variety of crop and livestock because it are designed to adapt in different conditions. And the benefit of biotechnology in the present can make the quality of food is better compared to in the past. Okay. Uh, that's all from past agriculture, and I want to let the Saifuddin to continue this presentation.
Now, let we move on to the future agriculture practices. For the upcoming years, farmers will use vertical farming practices. Uh, did you know what is vertical farming practices? Vertical farming practices can be illustrated by the plant being the plant being sowed in the vertically inclined surface, commonly integrated into the other structures such as building or greenhouse. By doing this practice, the farmers can prepare for the upcoming years of the food supply or food stock to fulfill the consumption of the commodity. By 2050, predicted by 80% of population will live in urban area due to decrease of the land area. Hence, this will help the farmers to continue supply the food for the demand because it can grow the plant or food crops in the buildings. Then, this practice are human and environmentally friendly. It is because when we do the planting in the building, we can reduce the number of pest disease, and if we plant the crops in our building, in our surrounding, it helps give the fresh air and fresh surrounding. Also, it can reduce stress because we see the green color. Okay, let's move on to the second point, which is automation farming. Automation farming is the practice that related with the technologies. As you can see in the slide, there's are some technologies that we can control them by using the internet or IoT, which is the intelligence of technologies. The first benefit that we can get from these practices is to help the labor efficiency. As we know, humans have the limitation to do the works, to carry out the works at the field, but the robot cannot. But the robot already being programmed to help the farmers to do the works at the field without any issue and can complete it complete the workload in the short time. Besides, from this practice, we also can help reduce the cost efficiency because by using the IoT, using the technologies, we already program the machines such as drone to miss such as drone to miss irrigation for the plant. Uh, when we using this technology, the farmers usually already calculate the area of the planting and the water and fertilizer consumption from the field. By using the technologies, we can supply the optimum amount of water and fertilizer for the plant. As the statistics show, there is basically around 25% of excessive extensive use of extensive use of fertilizer will give a bad impact to the nature, such as algal bloom, which is eutrophication. Okay, uh, that's all. That's all on the future practices on agriculture. In conclusion, there's different views of future and past agriculture practice that we use in our world. For the past practices of agriculture, as Farhan already stated, there's no technology being used and there's not have any research to increase the yield production of the of the yield. But for the modern practice agriculture or future, we can see there's a lot of method and a lot of method that being used and still in the developing and still in developing to use for the futures.
And in
Mm,
addition, I want to talk the benefit from our present and future agriculture is the farmer or the entrepreneur can make more income because of the technology can improve the quality and the quantity of yield, so it can help the farmer, the entrepreneur get more income. It also can make sure our food supply to consumer is stable, so no hunger crisis will appear. Okay, I think it's all from we. So thanks.
thank you.